To activate responsive mode in Firefox, first inspect an element on the page, and it'll bring up your inspector, and then on the far right, there is a button to activate the responsive mode, and now you can squish and stretch your page without affecting the entire browser window. You can also use touch events and things as well as if you're using a mobile device.
Okay. And it looks like you can set the specific widths. So, like a iPhone would, I don't know, what's the iPhone size?
The iPhone will be the 320.
320 by 480?
Yeah, and then 480 and up is about iPad, so 768 is about an iPad. And then above that's desktop.
All these would be their desktop sizes right here.
Yeah.
So they have everything pre-configured and set up for most of your common devices, it looks like.
Right.
And it looks like you can take screenshots. And with the touch, this says if touch event listeners have been added earlier, the page needs to be reloaded. So I guess I just refresh the page here. And then it has touch event listeners.
Right.
Enabled. Excellent.
You can't like scroll and stuff, you have to like actually drag with your imaginary finger.
Let's see, how do you actually drag? If I click.
So click and drag.
Okay, so it doesn't seem to be working on this page. Let's go grab a different page. So what's
The little tracker isn't really responsive.
Yeah. Is our website responsive? Okay, so I see Atomic Jolt's website on mobile device. Let's see, got click events enabled, or sorry, touch events. So I can scroll, but the click and drag doesn't seem to be working on here. But you know, I can still scroll. It still shows me that the site looks reasonably good on a mobile device. Go through our different top level items. And then if I increase this, 768 is an iPad.
Yeah.
So there we have it on an iPad. It's strange that it's not letting me do the touch events, but that's all right. And James is saying you can do the same thing inside of Chrome.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Chrome uses.
Let's see.
Yeah, I might get in the settings. Okay.
All right, so let's take a look just to see real quick. If I bring up Chrome and we go into the inspector.
It might not be in the inspector, it might be like go up to like file or something or developer settings.
Let's see.
Try. Oh, to the left by the little search icon, there's
right
a little phone-looking icon.
Oh, there we go. So reload the page for proper user agent spoofing. There we go. And this is nice because it gives you all kinds of different options. So you can say, oh, what does it look like on a Nexus 10, or what does it look like on a iPhone 6? Lots of different sizes.
You kind of see pixel size wise, because like a lot of people misunderstand the like a phone isn't so phones these days are usually like 1080p screens, which is a ridiculous pixel size for if you actually made it like pixel perfect on a device like that. So it interprets so like 320 is usually about the smallest you'll get in a phone. But 320 translates to whatever pixel density is equivalent to the 72 dpi screen you're looking at here.
Nice. Looks like in Chrome, if I click and then drag, that does work. Oh, Firefox. Need to make some improvements maybe, but cool. See what else we got up here. What do these little lines do for us? Is that like
your timeline
network load? Looks like we can pretend to be on different kinds of connections.
Oh.
So that's cool. So if I'm on a 50 kilobit per second connection, we load the website.
Takes to load.
Then we go get some lunch while this loads.
Yeah.
Here it comes. All right, we're getting some text.
Images are going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
There was an image.
Maybe I have to go through and. I mean, it looks like the text and the CSS came down easy enough.
Yeah, fairly quick.
With the images, maybe we need to optimize our images or something.
They are optimized, just not for 56K.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, that's slow, but it's.
Like, a lot of these are SVGs, so they're like itty bitty tiny, like maybe 5 kilobytes. So.
Yeah. So, like a 2G connection would be a reasonable
Right.
optimization. I mean, 2G luckily is not the default anymore. Most people on their devices are going to have something more,
actually. Well,
3G or 4G. Although this says 4G is 4 megabits per second, and I question whether. I mean, my phone says LTE all the time, but this is not that fast. And you got to take into account it depends on where you are, right? Like the second you walk into a department store that has a metal roof, your cell connection is going to degrade significantly. Of course, people probably aren't on Atomic Jolt's website when they're doing that, but you know, some clients might have a situation where your device has to operate indoors. Students at universities would actually be a really good example. They go into a building. Now, in all likelihood, they can probably get on kind of a university Wi-Fi, but if they happen to still be on a cellular connection, then that signal degrades significantly when you go into to a building, depending on the building.
Right.
I know that there are a few buildings here in town. You go in and there is no cell connection. Like you can't even send a text. And in which case, you know, there's no testing that's going to help. But there are other instances where we might have to deploy for low bandwidth situations. So I can say these tools are really valuable.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for sharing it.
Mm-hmm.